What's going on, guys? BroncoJuggalo.
And Bill here.
And we are doing today a film that I don't know when it came out because I found like 4 different dates. And I don't remember who directs it, just some guy whose name I can't pronounce.
Yeah, some foreign dude.
We are doing a Serbian film.
Serbian film.
This review of a Serbian film is dedicated to my buddy Scott, also known as Omniscient Esquire, who sent me this movie and a bunch of others.
Oh, yeah.
Buddy, this video may not be what you thought it would be, and if it's not, I apologize for that, but I'm going to give an honest review of what I feel this video deserves.
We both are.
So, anyways, brother, let's get on with it. Honestly, this isn't going to be our typical review. We're doing things a little bit different with this one. Our storyline is that a retired porn star gets the offer of a lifetime that will set up his family for life. He lives in Serbia, and he has to sign the contract, no questions asked, doesn't know what's going to happen, doesn't have any direction, doesn't know the story, doesn't know the script, doesn't know anything.
He's a fucking dumbass.
Yep, and he signs it anyways because he needs the money, and let's just say he signed up for a lot more than he bargained for, and ends up doing a lot of things that he can't live with. A lot of things that nobody could live with, and
unless you're sick and sedated, but
some really gross fucking shit. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
So usually this is the point where I would start to talk about, cool facts. Here's some cool facts. The director of this film stated the point of this whole movie is that the Serbian people are raped and pillaged by their own government, and this is his way of showing it.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, me either. Personally, I think this is some sick fuck trying to use that as an excuse so he can show some sick ass shit on fucking film legally. And we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
The next interesting fact I found is that at a screening in Texas at a film festival, they literally squirted lemon juice in people's eyes and made them snort lemon juice to know what the people of Serbia go through.
How that?
Or what the actor, and that still makes no fucking sense to me.
Yeah. That makes no fucking sense.
No, it doesn't. Anyways, this is where I usually go into pros and cons. I'm not going to do that today. I have one word to describe the majority of this film.
What was that?
Boring. This whole fucking movie is fucking boring. Nothing happens in this movie till the last 30 fucking minutes.
Well, no, things do happen, but he's right. This movie is very slow.
And very dull. And, I'm sitting there thinking, what is all the big hoopla about this movie? And then finally, when it gives it to me,
Man,
the first one I was like, well, that looked really fake. And we're going to get into it here in a second. We're going to let him talk about what he thinks about the movie.
Oh, yeah.
But then I'm going to talk a little bit more about the actual, so there will be some spoilers from this point on. The actual deeds that everybody's talking about are so horrendous and horrific.
And they all looked pretty fake.
Yeah, for the most part, it looked pretty fake. And that is the only reason I think that I was able to sit through it and not... I almost turned this movie off. Not because of how disturbing it is, but because of how boring that was. I thought it was. I literally was like,
yeah,
okay, whatever, we should just do something else. But I did promise this review to Scott, so Scott, this review is dedicated to you. I apologize if my review of it is not what you were expecting. Just going to give you my thoughts, really, and honestly, my main thought is this movie was boring.
It was just really slow. And then the ending of this movie, we were sitting there watching it, and I'm like, oh, it's going to be his kid, his wife, and his brother will be there.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, I nailed it.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but I nailed it. It was not a shocking thing to me. The only thing that kept me going in this film was that it was really weird. The weirdness kept me going. And honestly, that's what it was. It was the weirdness.
The big climax at the end, I also saw that coming when we saw what was in the thing, when we saw what was in the room. Okay, so here's your first big shocking moment. Okay, there was some little bits of things, but that weren't really that shocking, like fucking in front of an underage girl, which was not really that shocking. He was fucking somebody else.
What is the fuck with her looking like Alice from Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah, she was dressed like Alice or something. I don't know what the
from Alice in Wonderland, yeah.
You know. The big shocking moment, the first big shocking thing, was actually a clip of a video they were watching in the movie where a lady gave birth to a kid and then a guy literally fucked the kid.
That was just...
the newborn.
That's not feasibly possible.
It probably would have killed the baby, first off.
It would have. That's why it's not
feasibly
possible.
It looked extremely fake, which I'm glad it looked fake because if it was real, I probably would have fucking thrown up. And I honestly feel that what the director of this film is really going for was that he could show fucking child porn with it being fucking legal.
Yeah,
because I'll bet you anything, he's sitting back there fucking jerking it like crazy. I'm telling you, fucking sick fuck.
Yeah.
And people can say, oh, you're an American, you don't understand. Fuck that. Sick is fucking sick. Yeah, I've been all over this fucking world. I've seen some sick shit too. And sick is fucking sick. Okay? Period.
No doubt about that.
At the end of the film, we get to the big climax.
That's two what I called.
Unconscious on a bed. Two people unconscious on a bed. You can tell one is a child and one is a woman. They have the hoods over their heads. You know that it's
the kid.
It's the kid.
And the wife.
And it's his kid and his wife. You know it.
And like I said, I called it.
And then another guy comes in and starts fucking the woman.
I called it, brother.
He is raping his own child, which looked disturbing and disgusting and fake.
Yeah.
I don't see how they were legally allowed to put children in this movie at all. I don't get it. Even in Serbia. Now, here is something kind of interesting. The Serbian government actually launched an investigation into this film, supposedly because of the accusations of child pornography. That is all this movie is. This movie is some guy who wanted to be able to show child porn without getting in trouble. So he faked it, and he made basically a fake child porn, in my opinion.
Not just that, he wanted to make a snuff film.
Yeah, basically. The main character gets shot up on drugs. He doesn't know what he's doing. All he knows is it makes him fuck everything and anything. Basically, if you ever read an issue of Crossed, it basically turned him into Crossed. And then, at one point, and this was the only cool part I thought in the movie, he is fucking this girl, okay? Now, supposedly it was consensual and she signed up for this. Even though she was all beat up and battered and bruised and tied up. He's fucking this girl and he takes a fucking machete and he hacks her head off while he's fucking her. That kill looked really good.
In fact,
fuck the fucking part. Who cares about that? The kill looked good. The head coming off looked good. That was the only part in this movie I thought had any merit of being a horror film.
In fact, the thing I'm going to say is, favorite kill is that.
Yeah.
Is that.
This is not a horror film, in my opinion.
This is a snuff film.
This is just a snuff film done legally. Yeah. This is disturbing imagery for the sake of being disturbing. And because I think the director gets his jollies off on it. That's just my personal opinion. I've heard people rant and rave about this movie, about how it's either trash or it is, basically sub-genius. Well, I can tell you this, it's not fucking genius, it's just disgusting. But more than that, it's fucking boring. It's boring. Literally, for an hour and 20 minutes, you're like, what the fuck is going on here? And then finally, something happens, and you're like, okay, well, I can see what people are talking about. And you start to get a little like, okay, well, yeah, this is kind of fucked up. But then you realize that it's just fucked up for the sake of being fucked up.
Yeah.
And it totally lost its impact on me. This is a movie that I will probably never watch again, that is for sure.
I'll never watch this movie again either. But being that it's a film that was banned in other countries, I'm happy that, I saw it once. Just to see what the fuck people are bitching about.
And here's something I find hilarious. This film was literally banned in like 8 countries.
Yeah.
But it wasn't banned here in America. Here in America, where we ban shit for just being semi-fucking, not even hinting at what people say it's hinting at. They want to ban a song for a fucking Christmas Carol or a Christmas song because it says it supposedly talks about rape, which it doesn't. But yet we let films like this come in, and it's okay.
Oh, because we got to be PC here. It's from
a
foreign country.
This film is not PC. That's for fucking sure.
Well, it's from a foreign country. We have to.
No, it's because it's a social commentary, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Sorry. Scott, I really do apologize if this review is not what you thought it would be. It's not my normal review. I didn't hate the movie. I didn't like the movie. I was literally just bored with the movie. Disgusted with the idea of the film.
Yeah.
And, I'm sorry, anybody in their right mind or that has any morals should be disgusted with it. But it wasn't... I can watch disgusting things. Disgusting things don't bother me.
Yeah.
It was just shock for the sake of shock, and it didn't even do it well, in my opinion. This movie...
It was predictable.
It was shot really nicely. The cinematography was good. It looked pretty good for the most part. But I just think that literally this was the director's way of getting some child porn out there in the world legally. I'm sorry, that's how I feel about it. So
we're very angry.
I'm not angry.
You sound angry.
No, I'm not angry. I keep hearing how this movie is either one thing or another, and I didn't find it to be either, really. When the shocks came, I wasn't that shocked.
No, predictable.
And
predictable.
When you sit through literally an hour and 20 minutes of boredom to get to 25 or 30 minutes of insanity. Didn't seem like... maybe that was the point. Maybe they're trying to lull you. I don't know, but it just didn't seem like... It didn't have a payoff for me. It really didn't. So
no.
That is it from what I think about it. Sorry, guys, if, this ain't my typical review or this ain't what you guys... Your opinion of the film is different. I'm not trying to say...
And most people probably haven't seen this film.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to say this. I'm not going to recommend it. No. Not going to recommend this film. No. At the end of it, literally, on the piece of paper that in my notebook I write on, the end of this film, I just wrote, WTF. What the fuck?
Yep.
That's what I wrote.
And when I was taking notes starting this movie or watching this film I literally didn't put anything down because I was bored. And then when it finally happened, I was like, okay, whatever. I just put a big fucking question mark on the paper. Like, what the hell am I going to say about this? And I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about it all fucking week. I've thought about it. And I came to the conclusion that I was just mostly bored.
Well, I'll give it this then. We both had to really digest the film and think about it for an entire week. Because I was the same way. I was like, because he said, hey, do you want to do this real quick? And I'm like, no, I need to think about what I've just seen.
Yeah. I don't know. People can call it thought-provoking. People can say whatever. Personally, I thought it was basically crap, but not crap because of why everybody else thinks it's crap. I thought it was just badly done and boring. And when it was shocking, the shocks looked very fake.
And predictable.
I just think it was some guy trying to live out some sick fantasies. When people talked about this movie, the one thing I heard about was the beheading. So I thought this was going to be more of a gore fest than just a sick, sex thing.
Hey, I will give it this. The beheading one, it was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
So
I'll give it that.
Anyways, guys, that is all from me tonight. I appreciate you tuning in. I hope everybody had a great Christmas with their families. And this is BroncoJuggalo saying peace.
And Bill saying good night.
Hey, dead body.